Hey everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back to Yarn Purpose. Today I'm back with part 7, our final installment of our top-down sock knitting series. It's time to Kitchener that toe. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited that our sock knitting is coming to an end. I hope that you have enjoyed this series and learning a little bit more about top-down sock knitting. Today I'm going to show you how to Kitchener the toe and then we're going to be all done. I'm so excited that we took this adventure this summer and learned how to knit socks. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're ready to work the Kitchener stitch. Like many of these other videos, I'm working on larger needles and larger yarn just so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm also going to be using a contrasting color to do my Kitchener stitch for this demonstration. You obviously would still be using your working yarn from your socks. I'm just using a contrasting color so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So first, to get started, because we were working on double pointed needles, we have 3 needles that we have been working this whole time. What I like to do is slip the back stitches here all onto one needle. So I'm just got my 2 double pointed needles that I'm working with at this point. So they're parallel to each other and we want the wrong side facing each other on the inside, which is obvious because we've just been knitting our whole entire sock like that. So now we have our 2 needles parallel and we can go ahead and snip our yarn and then put it on to the tapestry needle. As far as the tail goes, I find that I like my tail that I've snipped here to be 3 to 4 times sort of the width of these stitches. So I just kind of measure just by loosely going back and forth like this to measure, just so that I know that I have enough yarn. With the toe of your sock, you don't really need a lot of yarn, but just for future projects that you want to graft, that's sort of my general rule. So now we're ready to go ahead and get started. You'll have the number of stitches left on your needles that the pattern tells you, and so we're going to do a setup step before we sort of get into the routine of the Kitchener stitch. So to start, our working yarn was coming off our back needle, so now we're ready to start on the front. We're going to start by taking the yarn through as if to purl on this front needle and pulling it, and then taking it to the back and slipping it through as if to knit. Now notice I'm leaving those stitches on the needle. That's just my setup row to get the yarn going through it. Now we're ready to work the rest of the steps of the Kitchener stitch. It goes like this. We're taking our yarn through as if we're knitting and we're slipping that stitch off. Then we're taking the yarn through the next stitch on the front needle as if to purl, but we're leaving it on. So we took 1 stitch off the front needle. Now on the back, we're going to slip our tapestry needle through as if to purl and take it off. And then we're going to take our yarn through as if to knit and leave it on. So what this does is starts to form stitches. It almost ends up looking like another row of knitting, but we're attaching it together. So now that we've done that, we're just going to keep repeating it. Go through as if to knit, take it off, go through as if to purl, leave it on. Going to the back needle, taking it through as if to purl, taking it off, taking it through as if to knit, and leaving it on. You can see we're starting to form our stitches. So again, once you get into the routine of it, it actually becomes quite easy. So I like to think of it, and this is how most people think of it, is knit off, purl on, going to the back needle, purl off, knit on. Again, knit off, purl, leave on, purl off, knit, leave on. And you can see here we're forming our stitches. And as you're going through, if you find that you need to tighten them up to make everything look a little more even, you can just take the edge of your tapestry, the little tip of your tapestry needle, and just tighten things up as you need to, just to make these nice even stitches. So continuing, we ended in the back. Knit off, purl on, and purl off, knit on. So at this point we only have 2 stitches left, one on the front needle, one on the back. I just finish it off with a front needle. We've been knitting and taking off, so on the front needle, knit, take off, go to the back needle as if to purl, and take off, take it through. Now you'll see here, I kind of do have this little loop that's hanging out here. What I like to do, and again, when all of this is the same color yarn, you cannot tell, I like to just pull it, take it down, and when I weave it in, I just kind of go through between these 2 V's right here, pull it down, and then stitch it down. And I find I can't even feel that into my socks. So, and again, when it's all the same yarn, you can't even tell that it's different. So there you go, that's the Kitchener stitch. And then at this point, I would just take the rest of this end and just weave it in on the inside of my sock, and do the same with the end that is at the cuff of your sock where you started. All right, so that's it. After you've Kitchenered that toe, all you have left to do is weave in those ends and then knit the second sock. That's the fun of sock knitting, right? There's always that second one you have to make. But I really do hope that you enjoyed these videos, and I really hope that you're not scared by the Kitchener stitch. I really do love it. It's something that I too shied away from for a long time, but once I got the hang of it, I actually really enjoy knitting cuff down socks because I like to do the Kitchener stitch so much. So, and if you like these videos, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you'd like any other type of video series. If you'd like a toe up sock knitting series, it doesn't even have to be socks. Just let me know what your favorite part of these videos were and what you might like to see in the future. And don't forget to give this video that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like, you can turn on notifications to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So that's it for me. Happy sock knitting, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!